God is here for us. The Divine Mothers are here. They're serving us a new type of communion, which is light. When the Divine Mothers come, we simply are impelled deeper within and in a more elevated state of awareness because they raise our frequencies. So there's a lot of talk these days about frequencies, and we all have a frequency, right? And do you think that we can change our frequency easily?
Just did.
We have a unique prototypical keynote that we came into incarnation with that is like our signature. And we can be found by any master throughout the universe, and we are known by divine beings by our unique signature. And it's our divine identity. Yet, even within that divine identity, we can always alter and increase the vibration or the frequency of our being, hopefully to match the divine beings more if we desire to commune with them, sing to them, study with them, sit at their feet and receive the nectar of their divine wisdom and their holy teachings. Yet there are seminal points in our lives when we're called really to let go of some of the past that has limited us from elevating our consciousness and accelerating our frequency. And many of these opportunities are at the solstices and equinoxes, as we know, because there's seminal points within the astrology of the way our planet spins and as it goes around the sun. And then there are epic times in our astrology where, let's say our Saturn return, we know things are going to be interesting around 29 years, 58 years, and what's the third one? 70, 87, I think, 87. So when we are aware of our personal astrology and we tune into what we came to Earth to do at these seminal points where we're initiated into higher options to come up higher, so to speak, it's really incumbent upon us to let go of that past and to embrace that opportunity and the future that it affords, which if we follow it with divine guidance can be absolutely phenomenal and a blessing. And I think if we all look back at our lives, we can see these key points that we actually planned for our life. For instance, finding a spiritual teacher, finding a book that really spoke to us and elevated our awareness, whether it's on reincarnation when I was, Edgar Cayce, I was 14 years old, or the Essene Gospel of Peace, or the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ, or Life and Teachings of the Master of the Far East, Climb the Highest Mountain, and many other books, A New Earth, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. We could go on and on. The Bible itself, if studied with a mystical view, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and many other seminal works of light. Each of these are like little touchstones of opportunities where great light can be channeled into our being. Our consciousness is raised, our mind is more acute and perceptive, and then as we have a pure diet and we're able to hold the light more and embrace that light more and more, and not hold it in a negative sense, but to retain it in the sense that we are able to receive more and emanate more light, we really do grow into our divinity. We grow into that God consciousness and solar awareness that is so important in this day and age to hold that light for the earth, the entire earth itself. These events that we hold at the solstices and equinoxes and at Wesak and other key times are very important for us to come together, because the collective oneness that we generate through our devotions, our love, and the teachings that come forth are so beautiful, and the way that they wrap us in light. I don't know if everyone feels what I feel all the time, but it's like when we just gave these bhajans, I'm a new person. I'm a new man. I feel washed clean. I feel synthesized into a divine crystalline essence that's so beautiful and so authentically, sincerely real and true. And my prayer is that everyone feels that as much as I do, and some of you probably more than me, because God is here for us. The Divine Mothers are here. They're serving us a new type of communion, which is light. They're serving us these crystalline frequencies to raise our vibration. And each bhajan itself is like a little nectar feeding, almost like from a hummingbird of light, that brings us into greater proximity with our true self in the most harmonic and magical way. It really is divine magic. And if you think about it, I mean, how else can we go into a higher dimension save through being fed by spiritual beings? Because we're feeding ourselves with human food, physical food, yet the divine beings are always there to feed us with light essences and virtues and authentic and sincere crystalline honey, milk, divine milk and honey essences that when we imbibe them, they become a part of us, and we are literally then living in a new dimension and a new light. So Dennis, thank you so much for everything that you do to retain this light here by having your workshops and services and all the guests that come and the orbs that show up that are documented on video, these little orbs that show up. Well, who are they? Well, they're divine beings. Or maybe they're almost like, like in Star Wars where they send a probe into the earth, to check things out. I think the orbs are almost like little probes of the divine beings saying, okay, we're watching you, we're observing, and we're going to flash light engrams to you and give you little keys for your next step on your path of initiation. So whether the orbs are miniaturized divine beings and their crystal essence, or whether they're little probes, it's okay, but it's like, that's the way I see it, is like, okay, we're giving you evidence that we are here and we love you and we raise you up on wings of angels. So at Wesak, as we celebrate the full moon, but more importantly, the illumination and enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, and also, I think in the Buddhist tradition, it's the time of his transition and maybe even the time of his birth. It's like Wesak is like everything in Buddhism, right? It's the birth of Buddha, the enlightenment of Buddha, and then the transition or the ascension of Buddha. It's really interesting to consider that we are Buddhas. We are budding Buddhas, whether male or female. And we have the opportunity at Wesak to have a rebirth, to have an enlightenment, and to have a transition into something more magical, more holy, more pure and divine. And thank you for coming both here physically and those online, because together we can do more. Together we can do more, right? The collective energy of our oneness is expanded by the factor of the multiplication, which is not an arithmetic, but a geometric factor. So let's say there's 22 people here. 22 times 22, well, it's 22 to the second power. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful geometrization of energy and light. And I feel it going out. I see things, I feel things, and I know you do too, where the light is going forth. And it's like rivers of light are flowing to humanity to bless them and to help them, to elevate them. And so we start here in Vista, all of the San Diego area, San Diego County, all the cities in this area, and then Southern California in general, and then all of California, and then the United States and the world. And it's a beautiful harmonic that we should continue doing. And I don't know, I think I felt more light released at this Wesak than I can ever recall. Can anybody else feel that? Yeah. And I know we're always trying to improve and do better. Yet I just feel that the world requires us, and we require being together to generate this immense light for the earth to hopefully quell the engines of war and quell the dominance of the dark ones and every aspect of our society where they've kind of controlled humanity, and to liberate humanity, really to liberate all beings. So I think we're all liberators. Did you feel you came into embodiment with a mission to heal, to teach, and to liberate other people, right? To heal, to teach, and to liberate, and to serve. But, as we're doing those.